What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Predictions in the building, and I will be predicting the card for Anthony Smith versus Aleksandar Rakic, including prelims and main card. If you're not into the prelims, I do have breakdowns of the co-main event and main event. Go check those out. What else? Oh, Ryan Hall and Ricardo Lamas got canceled, so I just found that out just recently. So I won't be covering that fight. I still got to think a lot about that one, who I thought was going to win. That one was a very close one. I still have to analyze that fight a lot and look at that. But, yeah, let's get to it, man. We start off the card on Tapology, by the way. So if I might be wrong, if I might have the card order wrong, then crucify me in the comment section. But it is what it is. Marley Martin versus Hannah Cifers. Marley Martin comes in 6-3, fights out of Denver, age 26. Height 5'4", reach to 64. Hannah Cifers 10-6, fights out of North Carolina, age 28. Height 5'1" and reach 62. Marley Martin has a reach of 2 advantage, or she has a reach advantage. Just keep it simple. Recent win for Marley Martin was against Cynthia Exero. Hannah Cifers' last win was against Jody Escalibi. I think that was on DC versus Stipe 2, UFC 241. Marley has recently lost to Viverano Ginopoli, and Hannah Cifers lost. Her most recent loss was against Miria Apovic. And also Hannah Cifers is on a 3-fight losing streak. This is a hard one for me to pick. Marley Martin is a very, very tough girl. She has a really decent wrestling game. She likes to take girls down and she likes to dominate. Hannah Cifers, man, she doesn't look like she wants to be there. She's not into. I shouldn't say those things because I don't know her and I'm not her. But man, when I see her fight, man, she just doesn't seem interested. So it is interesting. But Marley Martin got a mouth on her, though. She likes to talk mess. She'll talk mess to her opponents while she's, dominating. I forgot. I seen this one Invicta fight of hers where she's literally beating up on this girl and letting her know it's time for you to quit. Like on some Khabib shit. So, she has a decent mentality. She likes to break girls. She's confident. I'll say that. Quick little story, actually. One of my friends was like kind of like that. She was like super confident like Marley Martin. And Hannah Cifers, I feel like Hannah's like a really quiet, shy girl. So I think this really applies very well. But this was doing a wrestling tournament, I think in Albany, and we had just finished our weight cut, and we look at the brackets to see who were wrestling, and my friend had seen this other person at the same bracket, and then he asked him, "Is that you?" And the guy looked like a complete like simp, had the glasses on, like complete nerd. Didn't look like he would do anything to anybody on the street, like somebody you wouldn't have to worry about, right? So my friend kind of like took advantage of that, and he talks a lot of shit, and he was like, "Oh shit, that's you. I guess you better get ready to get your ass beat." And the guy, he completely was quiet and shy and kind of walked away awkwardly, and then they get matched up to wrestle like an hour later. And this guy tech-falled my friend. And it's so crazy, man. In wrestling, you see them, they wear usually jumpsuits before they wrestle or before we wrestle. And when he takes off the goddamn gear and the glasses off, he looks like fucking Superman. And that shy kid became a goddamn destroyer. And those are the ones you got to worry about. He fucking tech-falled my friend, by the way. If you don't know what a tech-fall is basically when you beat someone so badly in a wrestling match, they got to stop it, right? Basically, when you get like a 10-point advantage. Sometimes it's different in different states. But, yeah, he destroyed my homie. And Hannah Cifers, I don't think she's that good, but she pegs me as that girl that's really quiet but will beat your ass, when it comes down to it. And Marley Martin reminds me of my friend that likes to talk shit and is super confident. So I don't know. This is a hard one for me to pick, but I'm going to be going with Marley Martin. I don't like Hannah Cifers losing 3 times in a row, but I just I have to think if I'm Hannah Cifers, you're going to have to want to win, right? Am I right? Like, you want to, she got, man, fucking molested in her last fight. If I ever seen someone fight, and then she lost to Mackenzie Dern. So it's like, and then she lost, what's her name? Angela Hill. Yeah, Angela Hill too. It's like, man, she's been getting fucking raped over. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but yeah, like I know Hannah's going to come in this wanting to win. She's accepted this fight, and I don't want to doubt her. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna be going Molly Martin by decision. If I was to say, and she has finished girls, but she seems like a decisionator. So it is what it is. Next fight on the card, Sean Brady versus Christian Aguilera. Awesome fight, by the way. Sean Brady comes in 12-0 at welterweight. Christian Aguilera comes at 14-6. Sean Brady's from Philadelphia. Christian's from California. Sean's 27. Christian's 28. Sean's a height of 5'10". Christian is 5'9". Not really a big difference in height. Sean has they both have the same reach of 72. Sean's last one was against Islam Nuradov, and Christian Aguilera's most recent win was against Anthony Ivy. Sean Brady's undefeated. Christian Aguilera is coming off a loss to David Michaud. This is a hard fight to predict, but Sean Brady looks like the future. What was the guy? Cage Fury? I think, was it Cage Fury? Let me search it up. What did he say about the homie? I'm looking it up, guys. Don't worry. Let me find it. I know it's gonna take a minute. Just wait 1 second. Yeah, Cage Fury, right? So I guess the president of Cage Fury was saying Sean Brady is the most talented kid that's ever come through. I've seen a lot of these kids' fights, and I've seen some of his tape. He's really talented a lot. He's a well-balanced fighter. He's really good everywhere. But Christian Aguilera got some goddamn bombs on his hand. Anything coming from his right, like this hand right here, from the uppercut to the right, he got it on lock. Like fuck, man. He can hit hard. So he could win this fight via knockout, but I think Sean is if he's just smart enough and goes for takedowns in certain areas and times them well and just slows down the pace and just slows and gets that lactic acid running through Christian's arm, I think he can win that fucking fight. I really do. I think he has a good chance of winning that fight. So I'm going to be going Sean Brady. But this is an awesome fight right here, man. A fight to check out on the prelims, I'd say. Next fight, another female fight. Man, this one has been fucking turning my head around. Emily Whitmire versus Polyana Viana. Emily Whitmire comes in with a whopping record of 4-3. Polyana comes in 10-4. Emily's from Oregon. I think she's from. It says she fights out of Philadelphia, but I think she's from Oregon. Emily's 29. They're both 29 actually. They're both okay. They're both 5'5" in terms of height, and Emily does have a reach disadvantage. She has 63. Polyana has 67. Emily's coming off a win over Alexander Olivu, and Polyana is coming off of a win over Macaulay Stevenson in 2018, and she's also on a 3-fight losing streak. Emily Whitmire's last loss was to Amanda Ribas. No shame in that. And Polyana's last loss was against Veronica Macedo. Man, Emily doesn't have the experience, and Viviana, whatever how the fuck you say her name, is not that good. She has decent jiu-jitsu, I'd say that. That's probably her best quality. I'm going Viviana because she's on a 3-fight losing streak. She might want it more. But Emily hasn't lost to no bums. She's not bad, I'd say. This can go either way. I don't know. And you know what? I'm going to go Emily Whitmire. I do not trust this Viviana girl. She swings like an idiot. If Emily just has some intelligence, don't get taken down. Don't swing with her. Don't lose your composure. You probably already know this stuff. Yeah, I can see Emily Whitmire. I was originally gonna go with the fucking favorite, but I'm just like, thinking like, this girl's not good. Like, but it is what it is. I'm going Emily Whitmire. I'm gonna change that. I have it on my sheet that I'm going Polyana Viana, and I'm changing it to Emily Whitmire on the fly. You already know how we do it on this channel. Next fight, Alex Caceres versus Giga Chikadze. Alex Caceres comes in 16-12. Giga comes in 10-2. Alex fights out of Miami, Florida. Giga fights out of Huntington Beach, California. They're both 32. Alex is 5'10". Giga is 6 foot. Not really big difference in reach, but Alex is 73.5 and Giga is 74. Just like a 0.5 advantage in reach. Alex is coming off a win over Chase Hooper. Giga is coming off a win over Irwin Rivera. Irwin Rivera is, in my humble opinion, a bantamweight, and that was a really close fight and a fun fight. Alex's also most recent loss was to Chrome Gracie, and Giga's most recent loss was to Austin Springer. I think that was that 2018? I remember I was in summer school. Yeah, my dumbass. I was in summer school watching that fight on the Contender Series, and I was like, oh, this guy Giga's going to win this fight. And then he gets the submission. I was watching it live on Contender. It was funny, man. But besides that, fuck, man. If I was to really go with someone, I'm probably going Giga. Alex can win this fight. It's a close fight. I think this is primarily going to be on the stand-up where Alex wants it. But Alex is very awkward, and his footwork is not that good. He has a good jab, I'll say that. But if you look at his footwork, he's always crossing his legs. That's the number one thing you don't want to do in boxing. You don't want to just fucking cross your legs like that. But it's not boxing, obviously. It's MMA. But that's one thing I'm looking at. So, yeah, I'm going Giga Chikadze. And Alex Caceres, man, does he like losing? So, if you just look at his fucking record, yeah, I'm going Giga. But Giga hasn't impressed. I will say that before I go to the next, he hasn't been impressing me like crazy. But I'm going to go Giga. Next fight, Zach Cummings versus Alessio Chirico. Zach Cummings comes in at 23-7. Alessio comes in 12-4. Zach fights at Kansas City, Missouri. Lisa's fights out of Rome, Italy. Zach is 36. Lisa's 30. Zach is they're both 6 foot tall. There's not a big difference in reaches by one. Zach is 75. Lisa's 74. Zach's coming off a win over Trevor Giles, and Alessio DiCero's most recent win was against Julian. Marquez, who's also going to be fighting on this card, I think. Zach's most recent loss was to Omari Al-Makadev. Nothing to be ashamed of. Omar is a good fighter. Went to a draw against fucking Marvin Vettori, beat Ian Heinisch, and did pretty good against Chris Weidman, a former champ. Alessio is also coming off a loss to Magomed Murdoff, I think that's how you say his name. This is kind of a hard fight for me to predict. I know a lot of people are actually going with Zach Cummings. I think Zach has a clear jiu-jitsu advantage, but this Alessio kid doesn't seem like no joke on the ground. He goes for takedowns too. So if he can have, I guess, some fight IQ, not go for takedowns and just work on takedown defense, I think he's the better striker out of the two. I'll say that. And Zach really has to get this to the ground. And I think if Alessio can just have that sprawl and brawl mentality, I think he can win this fight. And I think he can break Zach Cummings. So I'm going to be going Alessio DiCero. Did I give my decision for Giga versus Alex Caceres? I say that fight goes to the decision. And this one, I say third round TKO versus Alessio DiCero. Next fight, we were just talking about Julian Marquez versus Safarov. Julian comes at 7-2. Safarov is 9-3. Julian fights at Las Vegas, Nevada. Safarov fights at Makachev, Russia. Julian's 30. Safarov is 33. Julian is a little taller by 1 inch and 6'2". Sprague is 6'1". Oh, major reach advantage though for Sprague. Julian has 72. Sprague is 78. Julian has a win over Darren Stewart in 2017. Sprague has a win over Nick Nemurgareno, I think that's how man, these names are killing me. Also, I was just saying it, Julian's coming off a loss to Alessio de Chirico, and Sprague is coming off a loss to Rodolfo Vieira. This is kind of a hard fight to really pick. Sprague has that reach advantage, looks really impressive, I'll say that, because not in terms of for a jab or anything, but when he's going for takedowns, having long arms, especially for a double leg, when you're going like this and shit like that, and you have your head to the hip right here, and you're going to initiate, you can really get a lot of lift off when you're going from the other way. So, oh no. But Julian Marquez dealt with some pretty decent wrestlers, stopped their takedowns and broke them. He had that really cool head kick finish on the Contender Series. So I guess I'm going to be going Julian Marquez. I think if he can just have, and again, another sprawl and brawl mentality, that is it's realistic. It's just one of those things that you got to have. And I think Julian can win that fight. So it is what it is. I think he beats him by decision, if I'm going to give a pick on how I think it ends. Maki Pitolo versus Impa Kasanganay, I think that's how you say his name. Maki comes in 13-6, Impa 7-0. Maki fights out of Hawaii, Impa fights out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Maki's 29, Impa's 26. Maki's 5'10", the other guys. Impa's, I'm sorry, I don't want to call him other guy. Impa's 5'11". They both have the same reach of 73. Maki Pitolo's most recent win was against Charles Byrd. Impa's coming off a win over Anthony Adams. Maki's most recent loss was against Darren Stewart. And Impa is an undefeated fighter, never lost. Here's what I got to say about Maki Pitolo. He's a good fighter. He's good, and I see the potential in him, but he makes some mistakes, and he's left himself vulnerable in certain situations. Against Darren Stewart, he made it just a dumb mistake and went for a takedown, went for a sloppy single leg. I wouldn't call it a sloppy single leg. I think the fact that he got caught in a guillotine with that against Darren Stewart, it was a little disappointing. I had picked him. I don't blame Maki for doing that. Darren Stewart hasn't showed that grappling ability, but you don't want to get caught by a guy that doesn't have that grappling ability, if you know what I'm saying. So that was a little surprising. But here's what I will say. Maki has the experience, and he looks like the fighter with the experience, right? There's certain guys where experience doesn't matter. You can just tell if one guy has the skill. I don't know if Impa's skill has translated well. I've seen some of his fights. He throws with reckless abandonment, and Maki does well against guys like that. Against Charles Byrd, he was able to fucking roll through those shots and hit to the body, and I think Maki can do this. I think Maki can get this win. I picked him last time. They were supposed to fight on the last card. Maki is coming pretty early since his last loss to Darren Stewart. He didn't take any damage. They just got caught in the submission, so yeah, he's active. So I'm gonna go Maki Pitolo to win this fight. Third round TKO. I think he's gonna break this kid, and I think he's gonna give him a good lesson. So next fight. Magomed Ankalaev versus Yeon Cutelaba. I love this fucking fight, man. Magomed comes in 13-1, the number 14 light heavyweight in the world. I guess it says fights out of Russia, but I don't know what part of Russia he fights out of. Age 28, height 6'3", reach to 75. Yeon Cutelaba, 15-5, fights out of Moldova, age 26, height 6'1". They both have the same reach to 75. In terms of recent wins, obviously it says Magomed Ankalaev has a win over Yeon Cutelaba, but we all know that's not a win, and that's not a win we should consider. So Topology, take that down. That is a bogus fight. Do not punish in Cutelaba because the referee is a retard, and he's lucky I forgot. Is it Kevin McDonald? I think it's Kevin McDonald. Kevin McDonald, you're a retard, and you should go to fucking. You know what? It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have said that. Fuck, man. Magomed Ankalaev's most recent win to me is against Dalchi Lungbalu on the Zabit Maga Sharapov on Calvin Cater card. Yeon Cutelaba's most recent win was against Khalil Rountree That was, I think, Jack Hermanson, Cannonier. You have to really look back, but Magomed Ankalev's only loss is to Paul Craig. Got caught. Paul Craig out here catching people and submissions. And Ian Cutelaba's, his real most recent loss was to Glover Teixeira. Fucking Kevin McDonald. Man, like, dude, what are you... Like, did you apologize? Like, I want to see an apology, bro. Like, I'm not taking... You know what? No, you can't. Like, I feel like, personally, I would let a lot of these referee bad stoppages go if they would just fucking apologize and be like, I'm sorry for the mistake I made and this and that. Like, I might have stopped it too early. But no, you can't apologize for it. Or just explain. But can you really explain the... just being a retard for that? Like, during that fight? Like, what can you say? Like, what? Oh, my God. Like, you wouldn't even let him drop. You didn't even let... Like, I don't care if he was hurt. You didn't let him just... His ass couldn't touch the fucking floor before you stopped it. Like, not once. And now he has a goddamn fucking 5 losses on his record. All right? But besides, this is a fucking great fucking fight. This is a good test for Ankalaev. Ian Cutelaba, man, he's a goddamn brawler. Has decent... I wouldn't say call him a brawler, but he goes in the pocket, tries to knock you fucking out, has really good forward pressure. Magomed Ankalaev likes to fight on the distance, likes to throw a lot of those kicks, likes to pick his opponents apart. This is a great fucking fight. I'll say it again. I'll say it in my last predictions for 252 when they were supposed to fight on that card. In Cutelaba, he's been training with Dewey Cooper. I have a lot of respect for Dewey Cooper. He's in the Mayweather gym. He's more than just a Muay Thai coach or Muay Thai pad holder, I'd say. He's also he holds pads for boxers, and he's just a sensational pad holder. I give him that. He's one of the best guys in the game, in my opinion. Holds pads for Francis Ngannou, for Kevin Lee, all those guys. Look at he's done. He works with great talent. And ever since Ian Cutelaba has been working with him, man, he's just looked more ferocious. The way he put a beating on Khalil Rountree, like he just took fucking lunch money from him, man, he and then I think Khalil Rountree made a video crying. Like, that's how bad Ian Cutelaba beat that boy up. Someone was calling me. I don't know why someone's calling me this many times, but man, Ian Cutelaba is a fucking killer. But Magomed Ankalaev is a good, and I would say is more talented. I will say that Ian Cutelaba does gas out. I've seen him gas out. He almost fucking beat Glover Teixeira, but we've seen what Glover Teixeira is doing. He's destroying guys like Anthony Smith, murdering Anthony Smith in their fucking fight. So no shame in losing to a guy like Glover Teixeira. Here's what I can see Magomed Ankalaev losing. I compare this to the Josh Emmett Jeremy Stephens fight. Josh M is obviously the more talented fighter than Jeremy Stephens, but Jeremy's tough, has enough power, and can dictate a brawl. I think Ian Cutelaba can dictate a brawl in this fight, and I think he can catch Magomed Ankalaev. I think Ian Cutelaba is someone you should pick, man. I know some people don't like him because of the antics, but that is just him. I'm sorry, it's not fake. Like, if you like Israel Adesanya, man, you better fucking love Ian Cutelaba. That's all I gotta say. All right? You can't have it two ways, but it is what it is. Next fight, Yeon Kim versus Alex Grasso. I think this is a flyweight. I'm pretty sure this is a flyweight. G comes in 9-2 from South Korea, age 30, height 5'7", reach to 72. Alex Grasso is 11-3, number 14 strawweight in the world. That's what the UFC rankings say. Fights out of Mexico, age 27, a height of 5'5", so she is the shorter fighter. Oh, does not have the reach advantage. That goes to G. Goes to Kim. Kim has 72, and Alex Grasso has a 66 reach. That's interesting. Most recent wins, G and Kim beat Nadia Kassem, and Alex Grasso is coming off a win to Karolina Kovacevic. G is coming off a loss to Antonio Shevchenko, and Alex Grasso is coming off a controversial loss to Carla Esparza. I hold Alex Grasso in high regard. Her boxing is really, really good. I think she just lost to a world beater. And what was the girl's name that she lost to? Tatiana Suarez. I almost forgot Tatiana Suarez's last name. She hasn't fought so long. But yeah, she lost to a killer like her. So there's no shame in losing to Tatiana. I thought she won against Carla Esparza, but it is what it is. here's what I gotta say about this bout. I think Alex Grasso is gonna dominate. Nothing against the other girl. She does have some advantages in terms of reach, but I'm going Alex Grasso by decision. This girl's boxing is really good. I think she's gonna go on the inside and work this girl. So this is gonna be a good fight. Next fight, Robbie Lawler versus Neil Magny. I did a breakdown on this, so go check that out. I'll keep it short. I am gonna go Robbie Lawler based on championship level experience. I think Robbie Lawler is just as hard of a workhorse as Neil Magny and has a little more oomph in his punches. I feel like Neil Magny had a really close fight with Anthony Rocco Martin, someone I thought he should have dominated. So I wasn't too impressed with that. So I'm going to go Robbie Lawler. And I think Robbie Lawler has only lost to high-level competition. Colby Covington, Dos Anjos, and who else? And, well, Ben Askren doesn't count. But, yeah, and he's only lost to him. So there's no shame in that. So, yeah, I'm going Robbie Lawler. Next fight, the main event. I've also done another breakdown on this, so go check that out. But I'll keep it short if you want to hear my prediction. Anthony Smith versus Aleksandar Rakic. If you understand the relationship this channel has with Anthony Smith, it goes deep in my heart, because I predicted and I told y'all Glover Teixeira was going to whoop on that fucking idiot Smith. And I told y'all. All right? Now, Smith is a tough guy. He does have more experience than Rakic. So, really, I thought Smith would have demanded a 5-round fight because he's been there before. But obviously, Smith doesn't want the smoke. And I'm seeing his true colors. I don't know if he has the heart of a lion anymore. I think we got to take that away from him. I'm playing. But Rakic, I think Rakic is more explosive. I think Rakic, he did really good against Volkan Ozdemir. And even though he lost to Volkan Ozdemir, I think he did really good. And I think he'll dominate Smith. I don't think he needs to knock Smith out. You guys should go check out I'll link it, but go check out those predictions I made. I'm really proud of that. I enjoyed every second of that. And I think after this, I'm probably going to rewatch that Glover Teixeira Anthony Smith fight. Beautiful fight, if anything. So, yeah, I'm going to go Aleksandar Rakic. I don't know. I would love to see him head kick Smith, but it is what it is. I don't know, man. I don't know about Smith. I do juggle around with this pick sometimes, because it's like, man, Smith, do you want to lose again? Like, it's over after this. Like, after this, I don't want to fucking hear. Like, I'm mad that he even got a fight night main event again after that fucking brutal beatdown he got from Glover Teixeira. Like, how do you, like, you're just rewarded main events nowadays. I get it. It was supposed to be Zabit and Yair, but, like, you could have picked Robbie Lawler and Neil Magny. Come on now. You could have picked. I would have fucking fought for that fight to be the main event instead of fucking Smith. Aleksandar Rakic is pretty cool, so I can't be too mad at him. He has an awesome, brutal victory over Jimmy Manuwa. But yeah, I'm just juggling around. Does Smith want to be a fucking loser? Like, that's my real question. Like, he seems like he got a little humbled. He hasn't been talking that much shit. He hasn't been acting like he's the GOAT. So I think he's keeping his opinions to himself. But if you really want to understand my feelings towards Smith, I implore you to go check out my breakdown of that fight. I'm trying to keep this fucking short, but I'm kind of just talking off. But yeah, it's just like, man, like, dude, like, it does not fucking matter. It is what it is. See y'all. eBay predictions out. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if I eat shit for this pick, talk y'all mess, man. I think I do got some Anthony Smith fans, and if you're an Anthony Smith fan, explain why. I just don't get it nowadays. Like, how can, like, I was in that position a long time ago, but just explain to me why are you still one, But yeah, all right, see y'all.